Headless Headhunter, a corporate recruiter here to review your resumes to get you ahead of your job search. So the first one we have up today is an entry-level software engineer. What kind of software engineer? I don't know. They didn't tell me, which is probably going to be the problem. They have applied to, their ratio is 100-to-1, which is how many applications it takes to get one interview, which is not good, but it's not as terrible as people would think considering this economy and a fresh grad. Ideally, we really want to move that down to like 1 in 50, 1 in 40. But for a fresh grad, 1 in 100 isn't, it's like a D-, right? It fails, but it doesn't fail by an incredible amount. So, they said the job search is hard, and yes, it is. Even with my advice, it's still hard, unfortunately. The job market is bad, and it's really tough. There's a lot of competition, especially for IT. Let's see, they're seeing plenty of screenings, which is good. They've been applying to both new grad positions and internships. They apply to most types of software engineers, front-end, back-end, full stack. That is your problem, which I will go into. That is why you're having not as much success, and as long as you see a match. So, this is your problem. Specifically for software engineering, this is a weirder problem to have than a lot of others, but you need a very targeted resume. Not to the job title itself. Sorry, not to the job itself, but the job title. So, software engineer resumes can be broken down into 3 types, and then there's a subsection on one of those 3. The first is full stack. That is going to have different qualifications and keywords than a back-end resume and a front-end resume. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Well, if it's full stack, shouldn't they have front-end, back-end, which is, computer people know what those mean? And the answer is no. A full stack resume is different than a front-end resume is different than a back-end resume, and this counts in every industry. You need to be job title specific, and for software engineering particularly, the back-end is going to be broken down even more into Java, Python, C#, or like COBOL or something. I don't know, I've never seen a COBOL resume. So, that is your problem. You cannot have a generalized resume, you will fail. Just flat out. Generalized resumes fail for every industry. Specifically, it's even worse for software engineers because they teach you everything, but you need to specify it. So, if you are planning on applying to front-end, back-end, and full stack, you need 3 separate resumes. So, let's go with the formatting here. So, technical skills. Yeah, this doesn't matter. I don't care. So, technical skills section isn't good, and I have heard from hiring managers, not just me, hiring managers specifically, that if you list everything, it means nothing. I'm not a fan of technical skill sections, but if you must have them, they need to be very, very small. So, because someone that knows TypeScript, JavaScript, Python, C++, C#, and all that stuff, they're going to think you're lying or you're wrong, or you don't know it. So your formatting is also awful. This is the formatting I want you to use. This is ideal. This is what it looks like. This is peak performance in resumes. So, first, last name, phone number, email, LinkedIn portfolio. If you are a U.S. citizen or green card holder, put citizenship status and the city and state. Please do not put your full social. Some people do that on the resumes, and that is completely unnecessary. But the city and state is necessary. Then I want your education. It should not look like this. This is a nightmare to read. This should be 1 line. That's all I need, 1 line. You can fit your GPA into it. That's fine. Then technical skill section doesn't matter. Relevant coursework, again, doesn't matter. So then we're left with the thing that I actually care the most about and hiring managers care the most about is this section. This is the section that matters the most and is the one we care about the most. So, developed a Microsoft Power App. Okay, don't care. Design admin. Yeah, nothing here. Software engineer intern. Supported QA. Google Firebase. JavaScript. Here, I have to go all the way down here to find the first keyword I'm actually looking for, which is JavaScript. So, this resume does not work. I don't need to go past this point because nothing here is needed. Maybe you wrote your projects wrong, although nobody's even going to go down there. API is a keyword. AI can be one. RESTful API, Node.js, MongoDB. Yeah, okay, here's the problem. This is a good sentence. Develop the backend using Node.js, Express, and MongoDB. Express isn't a keyword, but the other 2 can be. Implementing secure user authorization, database integration, RESTful endpoints. I want you to write every other sentence like this. This is how you write a sentence. This is an actually very good sentence. No one is going... This sentence alone may be why you're getting interviews. But most people are not going to read all the way down here to get to it. So I need you to write this stuff with it, and then I need you to pick a stack. the front end stack, the back end stack, everything else is different. Once this video goes live, you tell me which stack you want, and I can copy paste it. With the exception of C#, I don't think I have the keywords for those on my spreadsheet, but the others I do. So pick a stack, let me know what stack you are in the video, I can give you the keywords for that. But this resume definitely doesn't work because of how you wrote the bullet points. This is what they care about the most. The employment and projects. Employment projects, they're sort of the same thing, and they're written the same way. So this resume does not work, but you do have one or two good sentences buried all the way down at the bottom. Oh my gosh, I don't even know if people in the people that are watching this can see this, but there's a built using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, focusing on a user interview. This is good. That also is a good sentence. You wrote your projects very well. The rest of it is not. I need you to write the rest of it like you wrote these projects. So I think the projects are why you're getting actual interviews, which is still not as much. And we want to reduce that to from a 1 in 100 to about a 1 in 40, 1 in 50. Ideally, it should be 1 in 50, but new grad job market is really tough. So, next resume. This is another software engineer resume. It's not all software engineers, although it's a lot of them. There is a project coordinator coming in this video up soon, but this person said they got a final interviews at AWS, which was canceled because they can't graduate on time. That sucks. I am sorry. Got a phone screen video interview at a different company, and they left the first project visible, so this is not an error. This apparently is something they wanted to showcase, and that's fine, because they think it's a cool project and want to hear what recruiters think when they see that, if we actually are open to them, and largely we probably don't know what it is. So they have a 1 in 75 resume, which means 75 applications to 1 interview, which is better. I would argue that, so ideally I want everybody to get to a 1 in 50. I will say specifically for in a very bad market and a new grad, a 1 in 75 is a C-. Normally 1 in 50 is a C-, but different markets are sometimes harder to get into, and IT entry level is very much in that for software engineers. So this is like a C- resume because it's getting 1 in 75, which means it does pass, but we can make it better, right? We want to take it from a C- to like a B+ or hopefully an A+. So all the stuff goes in the previous video, which is you need to pick a stack, which it looks like this might be full stack, but you really do need to pick a stack. The keywords are going to change based on the stack, and I know they teach you everything, but you need to pick a stack. Front end, back end, or full stack. And no, a full stack resume will not allow you to work at a front end or back end job. They have different keywords, weirdly enough. So let's look at this. So formatting is better than the previous resume. It's still not ideal. This is ideal. This is what I want people's formatting to look like. But this is still a lot easier to read. So this should be not bolded. And other than that, that's okay. This stuff needs to be in here. This stuff needs to be in here. I am going to judge this based on a full stack, which admittedly they may not fully be full stack. This might be their only one, but as an example, because I don't want to go to resumes without showing this is going to be what it looks like to be a full stack. So TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, MongoDB, SQL, React.js, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, and cross-functionally. You don't really need that as much as a entry level, and bonus points for architecture, extra language, or Git. But if you are not going for that, let me know in the comments below, and I will show you the keywords. So, which I think I probably should be doing anyways. If I have it, I can show you the keywords. So, architected and implemented. And architected is a good word. An end-to-end development full stack, contributing over to 90% code base. This should be in bullet points. You need these to be in bullet points. This included building Next.js front-end node, blah, 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 plugin, PostSQL. I will be honest, these are pretty solid. Your formatting is off. These need to be in bullet points, but these are mostly what I would be looking for front end or full stack. I am missing Python, JavaScript, CSS, and HTML, but you have AWS, you have SQL, any type of SQL matters. You have Node.js and Next.js. So this is actually pretty solid. Your formatting is off. Developed a Go using Python, Django. So this would be closer to Python backend. NLP, NLP is not usually used, but some machine learning jobs do want it, so that's okay to have. Yeah, these are actually pretty solid bullet points. Your formatting's holding you back. You're missing stuff, which again is because you're not specializing in what if you're doing full stack or front end or back end. But overall, these are pretty solid bullet points. They're not focused enough. Architecturally real time. Music streaming. Okay, so this is the one you wanted me to see, which is mynocturneapp.com. There's your shout out. Architected and implemented a real-time music streaming platform, leveraging, I hate the word leveraging, unless you're using it to negotiate, I hate the word leveraging, a concurrent Rust backend with Axum for streaming and state management, and recruiters would not understand what any of this is, they just know that architected is good. Integrated a web RTC, I have no idea what that is, and I've been IT recruiting for a very long time. For low latency audio transmission, incorporated Next.js and Tailwind, there we go, that's the only thing I really care about here. 80 broadcasts, okay, yeah, so this is not what I'm looking for. It doesn't mean it's not a bad project, but the only thing I'm really caring about here is the word architected, Next.js, and Tailwind. And truthfully, probably not Tailwind. You really want to put CSS because they may not understand that Tailwind CSS is CSS. So, but yeah, it's not really great. I think you should keep it in. You just need to focus. So I'm not going to review the rest of it because, again, you had some solid points here. Your formatting is off and it's hurting you, but the real issue is your focus is off. You need to focus on a stack. Front end, back end, full, and then if you focus on back end, pick C#, Python, Skibbity, or Java. So pick a stack. I will link that in the keywords below. But overall, I did like how you wrote these. They're just off formatting wise. So how you wrote this is how I would like you to write the rest of it once you get those keywords. Except you need the formatting to look like this. It should be bullet point 1, bullet point 2, bullet point 3, bullet point 4. So next resume. This is a resume of a admin assistant. So they've applied to 70 jobs since January, which is not a lot of jobs at all. Realistically, you should be applying to 50 a week. No interviews, not even one recruiter phone call, which again doesn't really shock me. 70 is not a high enough sample size. Their real title is project manager, but they're in the film industry, and it kind of translates really to like executive assistant or admin assistant or project coordinator, which is what they're tailoring to. And they have a lot of other stuff, so let's look at this resume to see what I can help. What I'm looking for as an admin or executive assistant is going to be education, Outlook, MS Office, so Excel, Word, PDF, PowerPoint. I mean, technically, is PowerPoint a part of MS Office? I mean, it's important to have. I don't know if that actually qualifies under that, but they did require that. Basically, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, any kind of video management thing. It doesn't have to be Zoom or Skype or whatever. Ideally Teams, but multitasking is huge. Attention to detail. So having a spelling error in your resume is not the end of your application unless they have that. This is one of those jobs where spelling matters, so please don't misspell anything in a resume specifically for an admin or executive assistant or paralegal. That could get you rejected. If you're a software engineer, if you're a project manager, they'll give you a little leeway, but but not so much for this type of position, because grammatical accuracy is an important thing. Setting up meetings and editing, this is like editing Word docs, so that goes back to the spelling thing. And this is primarily for executive assistants more so than admin assistants, but calendar management, travel arrangements are pretty big, so that's what we're going to be looking for. And on regards to job titles, you actually have wiggle room on what you can call yourself. So companies have both external and internal job titles. Internal job titles don't usually make sense to the market. I know one time I was searching for a software engineer. I put software engineer C#. That was the outward title. The inward title was like technical acumen potato person. So you are able to change your job title, but you need to match it closer to what you do, and you need to do it in a way that you can tell the hiring manager in the meeting. They said, so you were a admin assistant, and you say, technically my internal title was project manager, but the duties were that of an admin assistant based on what everybody else called it, and internally they called us an executive assistant. That was just the official title, so I changed it to make it easier to understand. And that's okay. If you can't say that to a hiring manager, then don't put it. That's kind of where that is. So, first off, this person has not applied to enough jobs. 70 in like 4 months is nothing. You really need about 50 a week. So, especially for admin executive jobs, there are a lot of those. There should be enough. Detailing coordinator, don't care. This I don't need. The only way I would really care about this is if you're changing industries, which you technically are. So instead of this, what I would say is switching to, I don't even think you need that. I don't think you need a summary for this. So don't do that. Expertise, I don't care about this. This can be deleted. So this part, again, this is the formatting you want to use. Freelance, this is fine, your freelance projects, but again, actually no, because I don't care about this as an admin assistant. This is okay, but you had a lot of contracts. So, okay, here's what I would like you to do. All right, I need you to combine these and don't say project manager. What I would say is essentially admin or executive assistant / whatever. And so these should be combined, okay? Because this is a weird thing where it goes this to 2017, this to that. So just combine them all and do it as your parent company of whatever you worked at. And then let me go to the actual bullet points. Manage budgets. See, this is too much qualification. They're going to think you will leave this job. You never want to be too qualified. I know that sounds weird. So this doesn't work. This is solid. I actually like this. This is something that you should keep. So again, you're going to bundle these together. I don't know if you need this one or not. The accuracy is good, but again, this might make you too qualified. So coordinated schedules. Also, the first time I saw this resume, when I pulled it up, I went, ugh. So formatting wise, it's bad. Coordinated schedules, communication, documentation for 20+ film, TV, branding content. This is good. I like this one. I really like this one. Also, why do you have all these dates? Just combine them. That's okay. If it's remote, you can put remote, but there's so many things here that you sort of overdid it. Develop detailed trackers using Excel, Google Sheets, and Asana. That's good. I like that. Organize and manage documents with Dropbox and Google Drive. This is okay. Serve as a point of contact for clients. That one's good. Prepare detailed parts in Excel. So again, there's some solid stuff here. They're not going to get to it because they're going to be very confused. But I want you to focus a little bit more on, you have the multitasking, attention to detail, sort of like the setting up meetings and more of the calendar management. But these are actually very solid bullet points. I don't really care about Asana or, where did it go? Ignite. I really do want to see something about how you set up meetings a little bit more, but it's not bad. So I do need a little bit of meeting management, but I think you've got calendar management. Also, your education should be at the top. They require that for a lot of those. They may not ever scroll down. Oh my gosh, there's so many projects. So, yeah, you need to simplify this. What you need to do is delete this section. Well, not your phone number. Please keep your phone number. Delete this section. Put your education up at the top. Education should go up at the top for almost every resume. High-level managers and directors are kind of an exception. So put your education up top. Combine these into one, and then just say admin / admin assistant / project coordinator, or just put admin assistant / executive assistant if that is truly what it is. And then during the interview, you just say, yeah, it was technically the film industry calls it a project coordinator, but the duties are the same to an executive assistant. So managers will be okay with that as long as you're upfront with them about it. So yeah, we need this to be written better, combined. Volunteer experience, this is okay, but whatever. And then projects, yeah. So basically, your formatting is awful. Your bullet points are actually solid. They have about 50% of what I need. I really do want this to be about 75%. So to summarize, because I'm pontificating too much, education should be up here, replace this. These should be combined. Fix the rest of the formatting according to this. And then I need a little bit more about meeting management. I need you to be a little bit more focused in your bullet points, but the bullet points themselves are not bad. And change your job title as long as you're okay talking with them in the meeting where you tell the manager, technically the job title was X, but the duties were Y, so everybody called us that, then you were fine. Let's go to the next resume. This is a software engineer, but they're full stack. They told me full stack. So this is their updated resume. They haven't actually seen how much this has gotten them from my understanding, but their previous resume that they used was like 1 in 300, so it wasn't working. Their previous version, they had a dedicated skill section at the top, but they removed it. Good. In red under the position, they added the skills they use in the role. Don't do that. You need to show how you use them. This doesn't work. Let's see, what else did they say? I think my main issue is my bullet points. Yes, probably. So to recap, what we're going to be looking for in a full stack specifically, at least in the United States, which they are in, weirdly enough, the UK has slightly different qualifications for a full stack. So geography does impact the keywords, unfortunately. We're going to be looking for, that is the same one from last time. I forgot to update it. Give me a second. So copy paste this from my list. Let's delete that. This is the keywords. Yeah, the meeting management is not something full stack is really going to be doing a lot. So TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, MongoDB, SQL, React.js, API REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functional, and bonus points for architecture, extra language. I'm really not sure if I should add cross-functional as a bonus point or a full one, but it should still be there. So let's look at this. Education inserts, that's good. I don't know if a CompTI actually matters for full stack. I have not seen that as a qualification. I think that's for other stuff, but I don't know if you need that. The Amazon Web Service one, yes, but you haven't completed it, so I don't know if you should really put it on. That's kind of an issue there, but I don't think you need the CompTI. I think that's more for other types of IT, but... So, formatting is slightly off. Again, this needs to be one line. This should not be here. These are not even the correct keywords. So I don't know why you put them there. So a keyword, I don't want people to think that you just slam keywords together and that's how you get a job. You don't. You have to show what they are, which in this case is going to be TypeScript, Python, and that whole thing. How you use it and the result. And the result does not have to be, and the why you used it. The why does not have to be a brag. So what, how, why. The why does not have to be a brag. So automated report generation with ETL. ETL is more for data engineering, I think, but I don't really care about it. AWS is good. S3, don't care about S3. Yeah, so you don't have anything here. So what I would like you to say, and obviously I can't code myself, is you, let's say, used TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML to create blankety blank on in an agile environment with AWS. That's all you need to say to whatever. Built real-time email notifications using SA and Lambda. Yeah, you don't have any keywords. The problem is here, this is not what they're looking for. ETL is not a full stack thing. AWS is, but Lambda, Athena, and S3 are not, unless you're going... It's more like cloud administrator. It's very possible they may not even know what these are. SNS isn't, nor is Lambda. Python is good. Automated synthetic data schema creation and implemented Python validation against JSON schema. JSON isn't, but Python is. So your problem is, A, these are wrong, but you shouldn't have them. B, down here, the only thing I really care about is AWS, which is good, and Python. Developed a UI responsive in React for provider management and new accessibility user standards. That's fine, but React is one of those right here, but I need more. You need more, right? Lead front end monitoring component model. Yeah, you just need more. You have like 4 or 5 keywords in this entire thing. It does not count if they're in red. You need to show how and why, and you don't have to go crazy with it, right? I think people overthink what they need to do with it. You don't need to show that you brag. You just need to say, like, develop responsive UI components in TypeScript, CSS, HTML. I know that's not what they're used for this example. In React that allowed us to do X and Y in an agile environment, okay? Built real-time email systems using Node, Angular, Next.js, MongoDB. to help with cloud management or whatever. So yes, you are correct in that it's your bullet points. In addition, when you apply matters, I say this more in Reddit than in YouTube videos, but ATSs sort people on the order they applied. There is no keyword matching. So if you are applicant number 300, realistically, you may not be seen. You need to apply to these jobs very quickly, specifically in IT. Some other people, if it's been a day or two, you can apply, but IT, these things fill up like that very quickly. So your formatting is off, but not by a ton. But the bigger issue is the keywords. And I'd rather garbage formatting than garbage keywords and how, what, how, whys. So this does not work, and that's why you're not getting it. And I want to make sure that you can get a job. So let's go to the next resume. This is another full stack. This was almost all full. There's a lot of full stack software engineers. So we're going to be looking for the same thing: TypeScript, Python, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node, Angular, Next.js, MongoDB, SQL, React, JS, API, REST, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionality, bonus points for architecture, extra language, and Git. Whoo! Said it all in one. This is a re-review of, this is a resubmission. By the time they submitted it, they hadn't actually seen the previous resume I reviewed. So this should be slightly better than the last one, but maybe not perfect. And we don't know their ratio. So what? We are going to find out. Let's see how it goes. Brain not working. So work experience, education should be at the top. Also, your formatting is off. This is what I want for the formatting. Arial 14 bolded for your name. Arial 12 for your phone number, email, LinkedIn profile. Citizenship status, city and state. If you are a U.S. citizen or green holder, if you're not, then don't put it. And then everything below this should be Arial 10.5. The only things I want bolded are education and certificates, not the individual thing, just the section title, and then the section title for work history or projects. So, and then nothing else should be bolded. All right, so formatting's off, but let's see if we can do this. Website for BMW using Next, Node.js. Don't care about Primcore or PHP. Redis. No, I don't really care about Redis. OpenSearch and Docker. Docker I care about if it's Python backend. Maybe it's okay to keep, but I don't really care about Pimcore, PHP, and Redis. PHP is more for front end. Yes, I'm aware full stack is both front end and back end, but the keywords they're going to be looking for are usually a little bit different. So this is not a great sentence, but it's not the worst, because develop the high performance website. Why is it high performance? I don't know. You don't tell me. But it is good that you use BMW. That is a popular name, so they know what that is. So developed a website for BMW using X, Y, and Z. It would be a good sentence. So refactored code base, I don't care about that. But reducing API response, do care about API. Please don't bold 40%. I don't care about the 40%. That means nothing to me. Optimize backend requests leading to don't care about this. Reusable components in React, that's good. That's solid. Again, you bolded the wrong thing, though. Please don't bold. Led the system design and client as a feature analyzing code base. So the problem with this is you only have Next, Node, and API. Those are 3. I'm going to consider Docker a bonus point, but so you only have 3 here. I need more. I need TypeScript. I need TypeScript or Python. I need JavaScript. I need CSS. I need HTML. We have Node. We have Next. Angular would be nice, but where's the SQL? Where's the React? We do have API. Where's the cloud? So this is not good enough. This does not pass because you only have about 30-35% of the keywords. I need more. Now, you don't have to have all of these keywords. I want people to be clear. You just need about 75%, but this is not 75%. So you need to add more keywords to this, and how you wrote it is a little off. I need what, how, why. It's not the worst, but it could be better. And again, education should be up top. Then projects. So Jobify, Node, it's okay to put this here. So again, I don't care if the keywords are here. You need to show me here. MVC is, I don't think that's really full stack. Again, that's more of like mobile that I've seen, or is that MVVC? Might be. Built a full stack job posting application. Okay, don't care. Build secure REST API. Again, this is good, but you still already told me that you had Node and API, RESTful API. You need more. MongoDB, there we go. High performance UI with React. React is good, but again, I don't have enough. Full stack, there it is. SQL is good. TypeScript is good. I don't know what Zod is besides a Superman enemy. CI/CD is beneficial. But again, it's all the way down here, and the most important part of your resume is the first half. This is not... I don't want people to think this is the worst resume ever. This is not. But it's definitely missing a lot of stuff, and it's possible that because of how you ordered it, that they may miss some of the keywords. Because this stuff right here, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, should be up here. Like, or here, right? And because of how you put your education between it, it's harder. So fix the formatting. You definitely need to fix the formatting. And then you need to add more keywords, and they need to be written a little bit better. I need you to tell me what, how, why you did it. I don't care about the brags, all right? I just need to know the reason that you did it. So that'll be it for this resume. If y'all like this type of content, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And, you know, if you need more help, check out my Twitch chat. That's where I go over this stuff live. I find the keywords. The link is in the description below at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. And I am here to help you get ahead of the job market.